and hello in 2025. If you are watching this video at the beginning of the year, happy and inspirational and peaceful and year full of changes, of the good changes, of the progress for you. And if you are a creative person, if you are making soaps, or if you are doing some other creative things, or you can just, if you are just living creatively and making your apartment or your house nice, then be creative, make creative changes in your life, and I will try to do that too. And this is a special year for me because firstly I started making soaps little more than 5 years ago, but I started taking it seriously exactly 5 years ago. And I will try to put my soap making and my natural cosmetic making on a new level this year. At least I will try. And I think this is a good year for that. Usually my first soap of the year is my Sweetheart soap, which I make for the February. But this time I will start with different soap. This is one of my customers' favorites, which I sell very well. This is what I call Swiss flavors. It has cacao butter in it and oats and alpine herbs in a live water, and it's a beautiful soap and it has a interesting fragrance. This time I added a new aspect to the fragrance, not essential oil exactly. That's cacao absolute oil. It smells like chocolate a little bit. We'll see how it works in a soap. We'll figure it out together. So let's do it. There are already all my hard oils melted and soft oils, and I added a little sprinkle of coconut milk, which I usually don't do for this soap, but this time I decided to add just a teeny bit. And then I add kaolin clay, also not too much because I will add more roasted being white and oats. I just grinded them myself. They add a little bit of nice exfoliation and also softness and slip and mildness to the soap. And the kaolin clay helps to preserve the fragrances of the soap and also gives really nice slip to the soap. Kaolin clay basically goes, I think, in all my soaps, or in almost all my soaps. And the first soap of the year, how exciting is that? Why the live water is this color? This is because it's not made with water. Instead of what, actually it is made with water, but the water in herb tea, like this one. I don't always use the same tea, but this is kind of the tea I use, the organic Swiss Alp herbs, the Swiss flavors, so it makes sense to use tea like that. Soap color match. So I infuse and then the color basically disappears in the soap. It will be visible in a soap batter, but when the soap is saponified, it's not very visible. So pouring it in. Colorants. This one is cacao powder. dispersed in the oat oil. This will be my first. And I don't really know how the... Okay, and I am pouring the, not the straight layers, but slanted, you know, like little hills. So I need that top. It kind of represents the mountains in Switzerland. Not really, but kind of. I am not... Oh, let's see. I think it starts already thickening because of the cacao powder. Let's see how the essential oils do. Experiment. And then we will pour it in. Oh, it's really thick. I hope it still... I'll definitely not need to wait for this layer. Ah! It's really solidifying. I can sculpt the mountain right there. Yay! It will be a very special case. Now I know that this, I think that's then this cacao absolute oil is working really fast. I'm glad I didn't mix so much before. It's really, look at this. Ah, disaster. I kind of expected it to be like this, but not as fast. Good that I was cautious. See, it's already all solid like a rock. It's not super even, but that's no problem. In this case, it's maybe even my advantage rather than disadvantage. Okay, to the next layer. Off camera I cleaned my blender head and my spatulas because I don't want the dark specks in my nice pink, dark pink layer. The pink layer is the rose clay from brambleberry. I have also pink French clay, but pink French clay is much paler and kind of more grayish, not so vibrant. So in this soap I prefer the rose clay from the brambleberry. And even French clay also is not always the same color. I think I have reached emulsion in my soap batter, so, but anyways, I will mix it before adding to the pot. And first mixing out by hand. And it's a very nice fragrance. I think that's fine. Okay, let's clean it off. see, it's a nice, it's a trace, but it's not very thick trace. I will wait for a little bit before I pour. Okay, I poured it in, it's even. You can see from the line here how uneven the brown layer is, and the brown layer is totally solid already. Chlorella for the line. And I will see how that looks. A little bit in the sleeve. If you ever do the charcoal line or mica line or any kind of other line, be very careful how much of the powder you put, because if you put too much of the powder, the soap can separate on the line if the powder is not absorbed in the soap partially. And so always put less than you think that you need, because otherwise your soap can separate. Okay, it took a while to settle, but now I can start a new layer. And I didn't want to start it too early. I had that experience before, it was not nice. This is, in the beginning when I first made this soap, I used the spirulina powder. It was kind of nice, but the spirulina tends to fade very quickly. This is nettle powder from the nettles I collected myself, and it will make a green color, but it also tends to fade quite quickly. So this is zinc oxide. I discovered that natural green colors like spirulina, like the herbs, if they make a nice green color, you can make it more stable if you add just a little bit of zinc oxide. It makes the color lighter, but then it doesn't turn brownish as it does if you don't add the zinc oxide. So I'm adding just really a little bit. Here I mixed just a teaspoon, and I added less than a third of it here. So it will help to stabilize this green color. I am doing it for the first time in this soap because I don't make it so often. Even this soap is quite popular, but I don't make this soap. Batter also starting to get thicker, but not very thick because I didn't mix it out too much. I'm not making too much of the green. I'm leaving the most of the light color, because otherwise the soap is too dark and there is not so much of the green. I don't make a very big part of the green. Let's mix it out a little bit by hand. This doesn't mix out so easy as the as the clay, because I didn't want to add too much oil to it. Okay, adding a little bit of the essential oils. As you can see, these essential oils don't accelerate the batter at all, because the pink accelerate very fast, except for the brown one, but that was because there was a cacao absolute oil. So let's mix it out. I think it's thickening. I don't want to overblend it. Let's clean it off. It's thickening faster than the pink one, but that's because the batter itself was already much thicker. I think that's the reason. And also the fact that I added zinc oxide might have also accelerated the process, because zinc oxide is known for his acceleration. Okay. Okay, and now let's put some chlorella. Chlorella is also green, but it will be darker and also a little different color than the nettle. Okay, that's done. And now the last layer. There is a little more of the white kaolin clay for the top layer to make it more opaque. And there is a last of the essential oil, which I'm adding here. And I will add the batter. It's getting thick, and you can see this is solidified. And while I it's pretty thick already. And blending very carefully. I think I have to think. Okay, I think that's enough blending, otherwise it will be too thick. Okay. If I make, and let's pour it in. colors. I have these beautiful, colorful flower petals to put on. I'm putting more than I actually need, because when I will cut it, you will see that some of them will fall off. So that's why I'm kind of putting more than I need, because some of them will abandon the ship. Okay, I will put a little bit of gold on top. Come on. This is an edible glitter. It's meant for the cakes. So that's why I use it. Yeah, see you later for the cutting. And now to the cutting of the soap. So here are two little hearts, which I usually make from leftover batter of the soaps. I like to have these little samples. When I send out the orders, I add a little soapy. And also, if I need a little gift for somebody, these little soapies are so helpful, and people are usually happy to have this little heart which smells so nice, and it's perfect guest soap or hand soap. So I like this a lot. Okay, and let's unmold this big piece. I like how it looks. I don't know if it translates in a camera. Yesterday you saw when the soap was wet, it was quite dark, but now it has lightened up, at least on the top. We will see how it will be inside. At least on the top it's lighter. Sometimes inside it goes through the gel or through the partial gel, and then it's darker. Okie, and molds nicely. Maybe I could have cut it even earlier, but I wanted to have a full light before I cut. And only thing, and that's what happened. Remember, we were doing the brown one, cacao one, and it was quite hard. See, I have big pockets that I don't like too much because it. And here is my trusty soap cutter. Some people give their soap cutters a name, but somehow, I don't know, sounds like a good thing to do, but I haven't given a name. The soap will be quite hard, so let's okie dokie. Looks nice inside, at least the end piece. Little different than usual. Usually I have this more slanted, but I like how it looks. Only these things are kind of little unnerving, but I think I will even leave it like it is. It's just aesthetic, and it's not bad. It's just how it is. It's still, you know, it's good that there are no pockets, air pockets inside. It's just on the outside. I think I will leave it as it is. See, the spirulina line had jumped up a little bit because the soap was quite already hard and this one was liquid, so it just washed it up a little bit, but that's nothing tragic. Here the same. It just, you know, like a little bit like a picture with the hills and mountains and meadows, and the blade of grass just jumped up. Yes, so we see here, but I think I will leave it as it is. I'm not gonna do anything about it. It's a natural soap, handmade. I am not a machine. This is almost perfect. Just a little pocket here. See? It's even more interesting. See, here the line is perfect, but why it's jumping here? Maybe because, I don't know. I don't know what happened. Why that did like that. Why it washed away there and not there. See? Perfect line, not perfect line. Bird flying. Ta-dam. Somebody ate the corner off. Nom 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 nom. It's the first time when I have my Swiss flavor soap with this kind of thing. But smells nice. It gives a tiny bit of chocolatey smell. The soap smells really nice with these essential oils and this absolute oil. I don't know if I will use this absolute oil in the future, since it seized soap so quickly, or maybe I will just mix it in by hand, but at the very end when I will mix this first part, I will think about that. But it definitely smells nice. It gives a little bit of like a hint of chocolatey flavor to the fragrance. Okay. So if you would like to see more videos like this, like, subscribe, and see you next time. Ciao!